pressure. What's going on, everybody? This is Cody, the Home Theater Hobbyist, and we are here at Audio Advice Live. I've got a ton of YouTubers here with us. We're just going to introduce everybody. Go ahead on my left.
Gene Delasala with Audioholics.
I've already said who I am.
Youth Man, Michael Stevens.
Jeremy Pyle, Tech Enthusiasm.
Aaron from Aaron's Audio Corner.
Yeah, so we've been here since some of us, I guess, got here Thursday. I got here yesterday. Today is Saturday, and Audio Advice invited us to just come and experience their first trade show. And I'm just going to say I've had a lot of fun. It's just been a lot of fun hanging out. And this live stream just kind of came together in the past hour. I was kind of complaining that I was going to shoot a video, and we were just kind of sitting in the lounge talking. I was having fun. And I think Michael was just like, "Hey, let's just shoot a live stream.
Let's just stream it.
Yeah, let's just stream it. And then I won't have to edit." And I was like, "I'm down."
Yeah.
So here we are. So yeah, this is kind of fumbly. We just having fun.
So we've had a couple of days, well, just one day full. We've got another day tomorrow. Today, Gene got here this morning.
Last night. Yep.
So
you forgot already.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Dude,
I've been in the demo room with me.
I've been in a whirlwind of stuff. So part of this, let's just have some fun with it. First of all, what have you seen so far at Audio Advice Live? What's this kind of
The first thing I like to say is it's amazing that they were able to pull together such an organized, incredibly structured show for a first year. I've been to lots of trade shows over the last 20 plus years. I've never seen one this smooth from a company that's only done it one time.
Yeah.
So hats off to Audio Advice, Nick, Heather, all those guys are just unbelievable. It's such a great venue. You guys like this venue? There's plenty of space between the demo rooms. You know, it's just it was a great experience.
Yeah, I know. We did our event like 3 months ago, and it was just Ryan and I. They've got a huge team, and they have blown it away. They got these cool backdrops. They've taken over the hotel. They've got is it Grand Cherokee? No.
Grand Wagoneer
outside. It's got a Macintosh system in it. It's pretty cool. So really, there's several areas in this hotel that's got just tons of demo rooms. We've got one room downstairs that has a JVC projector with, SVS. Right next to that, we've got Sony paired with a Bowers and Wilkins system. Upstairs, we got tons of vendors, man. They have got so many great partners over the years. They've got RBH. They've got a massive, RBH has got probably the craziest room here.
Yeah, huge.
They've got a massive room.
Trinov in there. How big was that Sony? It was like $100,000 projector. You can't put your hand next week and burn your hand off.
So it's a Lycan. It's basically the GTZ 380. So this is an $80,000 projector. It's about the size of a large suitcase. I mean, it's massive. This is not your ordinary, projector, but it's huge. It's beautiful. Projecting on, how big is the screen? Maybe 170 inches. Yeah, it's a massive screen, 170. So it's a big old screen, but just some really great things. And then we also today, we had demos yesterday, and then all day today we had different panel sessions. So Gene was on a panel session, Aaron was on a panel session, Cody and me were on another panel session. And so we can even through this conversation even talk about each one of our panel sessions, just kind of give some insight to what we kind of shared. And you'll probably see some content on my channel. Gene, you gonna do any content?
Yeah, I got just chilling out. Videos. I got a couple.
Yeah. I think you did a live stream.
I did until I felt like I got the boot from a room, and I was like, maybe I should just stop.
Yeah, you walked in a room, and
I walked in a room, and I felt like they were like kind of tapping me on the shoulder, and I couldn't tell if they were like, "Hey, how's it going?" or "Hey, get the heck out of here with the video camera." So I don't know. It was weird, but yeah.
Today was a busy day to do that.
Yes.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. So we've got some folks, and we try to stream this across all of our channels. So this should be live on Audio Advice, should be on Tech Enthusiast. What's that?
We hope.
No, I think it is. I mean, it's live on my channel. It's live on Cody's channel.
It does say live on mine. So
let's see. Am I live?
Yeah, check your channel. And honestly, that'll be a good way for you guys to communicate with your folks, because if you're commenting on my channel, I'm going to be able to see that. If you're commenting on Gene's, he's going to be able to see it, and so forth. So we'll try to communicate through your phones, say hi to your folks. But we're glad you're here. I know this was impromptu. But really, we're trying to help Cody out.
Yeah, they're
because
just helping me with that, so I don't have to edit. So
he was
thank you.
thinking, I've got
I'm
to
with
film.
you, man.
I want to
I'm still gonna shoot some stuff. I've got some stuff shot.
Cody says, I want to share my experience, but I know I'm busy tomorrow. He's got to get up at 6 a.m. drive back. You've got a pretty good drive.
Yeah.
You got an 8 or 9 hour
Yeah,
drive.
about a 9-hour drive, so that'll be fun.
I've got a long 2-hour flight. How about you, Gene?
Yeah, long 2 hours.
It's going to be rough for me and Gene. You
Y'all
know?
suck.
Just
You
let
got
you
a
know.
long drive? Hour and a half. For it. I'm
See?
in and out.
We're hurting, man. So-
Ridiculous.
But yeah,
Look,
man.
I think it's cool that we all got to sit down and
Yeah.
meet face to face. Aaron, I've talked to you forever. I've never met you face
Right,
to face
yeah.
before.
Yeah. it's
You're
cool.
much better looking on camera than you are in
Yeah,
person.
so are you. Yeah, yeah. Likewise.
Yeah.
I'd still take you out for a date, though. I'd make you pay, but I'd still take you out.
Okay. All right. All right.
Oh man, but yeah, it's been so fun.
Yeah.
And well, I kind of want to ask, but I'm not going to ask that. I'm just going to say,
Dude,
what-
controversy.
No.
It's the cables that matter.
Yes. Okay, so just what's the best, Aaron? What's the best thing you've seen so far?
So I really haven't had the opportunity to listen to many rooms. I was telling Gene this earlier, and Gene had James Larson on about Xpona a few months back, and James made the comment about how, it's hard to really judge speakers in these environments. So you don't want to critique them too much.
Sure.
So with that said, I will say that I sat in for just a brief second, the JBL room, and I got to hear the L100 classics.
Mhm.
And I actually like the bass on those was legit.
Oh, yeah.
I was like really surprised. So I said, how do I get a pair of these to test out? So
You need the chair so you're like this.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blowing don't have hair, but blowing my
The
scalp
wig.
back. Yeah, the wig. Yeah. So the beard would work. The Kef LS60s really impressed me just by, they're literally they're no wider than my phone. Like, it's crazy.
Wow.
But that's, I've seen other things, but I won't really comment on what I thought they sounded like because it's not a very opportunistic environment for them. So, yeah. What about you?
So I like the NZ9. I wanted to be in the presence of that before I hopefully hang one in my theater someday. And just some of these monster speakers that are here, right? The big Piegas, the big RBHs, although I think Gene's well acquainted with those. I've never been next to a speaker or listened to a speaker quite like that. The big Sonos Fibers upstairs as well. Just some really cool gear that I wouldn't have been able to see otherwise.
Your turn. Cool, man. Hey, I'm trying to monitor. I just realized I can log in, and so I can bring some comments up here.
Oh, that's cool.
What I don't know, I think it's actually pulling from everybody's channel. Actually, it is. No,
yeah.
that's Gene.
Oh.
Okay, and that's you guys.
No, so what? Well,
I'm trying to see
this
if
is
it's
behind the scenes, but I had to all for post comment, so this
Okay.
so that's why I didn't.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But anyways, so while he's working on that, I want to say
Yeah.
I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to say the best experience I had here so far was the Grand Wagoneer. I went out there this morning. It was raining just a little bit. There was nobody out there.
Oh.
Shot some photos, and I sat down. They've got massaging seats in there, so I kind of sat back and just kind of massaged.
The sound, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't even
And so-
listen to it.
Yeah, I listened to the sound, but I
Yeah.
was like, I'm getting a massage and this. And this.
30 minutes later, he woke up.
Yeah.
It was great.
Drooling like,
Yeah.
oh crap.
Sorry, guys. But yeah, so I shot that, and that was actually a really fun experience because they've actually got a little TV screen on the passenger side.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, the guy, he was like, I don't know if it works. I've been pushing this button and it happens, and then he pushed. I said, I can see it. And the thing is, you can't see it from the driver's side.
Yeah.
It just looks black. It's, and so,
Oh, that's cool.
so it was really cool. So you can sit there, get a massage, and watch a movie, with Bluetooth in. Right there in the
So it doesn't
passenger seat.
distract the driver.
Yeah,
That's
I was
pretty
like,
cool.
That's actually really cool. That's really
We're
cool. So-
nerds.
yeah. So I was like, man, I gotta get this, and my wife's gonna be driving everywhere, that kind of thing. But yeah, it was definitely a great experience with Wagoneer. But also, like you said, those Sonos Fibers sounded great.
Mhm.
You can't really judge a whole lot in these rooms, but
Sure.
they sounded great. I got a chance to visit the Anthem room because I've been wanting to mess around with some of their processors, and they did a with audio room correction or Anthem room correction and without, and it sounded better in that room with the room correction. So that was fun. That was fun.
Very cool.
So can I tell you guys something that I actually heard a difference? And I'm sure that people are going to be like putting comments down.
I'm out, man. Bye.
I went to the Focal room and they had the K2s.
On the stands. I heard
Yeah.
a difference there too. Go ahead.
So we just reviewed the 936s, James Larson did, and he was very favorable to the product. And they wanted me to sit there and listen to them with isoacoustics and without, is it the Gaia?
Mm-hmm.
Gia?
Yeah.
So we had a little clicker and we could switch between the two speakers, and they were configured A-B, so the positional differences were minimal. The only difference was the ones with the isoacoustics were a little bit taller, right?
Yep.
So I put on something I'm intimately familiar with. It's Dominique Fiamé, the song Birds. And I really like that song to do upmixing on because it's like, I call it a wet recording. It's very dynamic, it's snappy, it's transient. It extracts detail when you upmix, or if you just listen, you hear transients. You can really hear differences in DACs or speakers when you listen to that song.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing we put it on with the regular, I didn't know which speaker was which. I was just clicking back and forth, and I could clearly hear a difference. I was listening just for bass, but I could hear a difference in the clapping sounds. They were more immediate. They stopped more immediate, believe it or not, with the Gaia or the Gaia install.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect.
Interesting, yeah.
I don't know if it's placebo.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a double blind test.
Yeah.
on that.
Yes, you're right, because the clicker could be, oh, I know there's a difference.
Yeah.
But there was a freaking difference.
There was.
Okay.
There was. It sounded cleaner and tighter. And actually, I went back there at the end because I actually wanted to talk to somebody, shoot a video, but it was at the end of the day.
Yeah, same with me.
But yeah, I'm with you. That was actually very impressive because it was sitting on carpet, and so you're just assuming some isolation feet aren't really going to do a whole lot on carpet. But I did hear a difference with several different songs. He played a song that I asked him to play, Sun House. Forever on My Mind, and it's just a guy talking.
Now, did you prefer it with the Gia or without? Because it was different, but does that mean different mean better?
Yeah. I preferred it with it because it did sound just a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
So again, that was impressive, and everything I saw said that it was a pretty fair AV comparison. But
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's definitely something worth checking out. And then, a couple of the other highlights. I don't know if you guys saw the SVS. It's a new wireless speaker. It's got a 5 1/4 with a longer excursion driver on it. I actually thought the 3000 micro sub was on when I was listening to it.
Nice.
Yeah, there was a prototype. I told Gary I was going to walk out with those. Yeah, those sounded really good. And of course, the JBL demo I thought was awesome. We reviewed the HDI series. I never got to hear them in person. I was blown away by that speaker. I really enjoyed that speaker. And then of course the RBH room with Trinov. Trinov is the real deal, guys. It's the Cadillac of processors.
There's a lot of flexibility for
They
that
literally
system.
did a 1-point correction, and they got everything right. I mean, they just goosed up the beast levels a little bit, but that whole system just sounded so fluid. The wide channels, I mean, it was over the top. And then that video on it, I mean, it was just an awesome room.
Yeah, I had a chance to check out the JBL synthesis. Did y'all guys get to see that?
Yeah.
Where is that?
That multi-channel
in the corner.
Yeah, so it's
That's what you were talking about, I think.
yeah. So there's a
Oh, the
JBL.
HDI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I had a chance to hear that because most of this I've been kind of working behind the scenes, doing some extra videos and stuff. So I haven't had a chance to really enjoy the show. But tomorrow's going to be like my day, where I can actually go through pretty much most of the areas. But that was a really, really impressive. That's the first time I'd heard JBL synthesis. That's a sweet setup, and I think they're running with just an AVR.
Yeah.
It's not separate. They just had two decent.
Those speakers are really high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just two decent sized subwoofers. I mean, they weren't massive, but it was a really, really clean sound. Definitely that was great. We've had several new things that come out. You had mentioned products from SVS. Seymour announced an acoustic transparent ALR screen.
Yeah, vinyl screen.
So that was pretty cool. So they had an ambient light rejection screen, 3 identical speakers behind. So that was pretty
Theory
slick.
audio.
Yeah, Theory audio.
I was going to say Theory Audio's speakers were pretty cool
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that one surprised me. I like
These
that
carbon
more
fiber
than I-
drivers. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I found a new projector company. I wasn't even aware of Wolf.
Oh yeah, they've been
So,
around a while.
Is
Yeah.
that like super high end or something?
Gene, I don't know
Bit
a
of a
whole lot
dark
about
horse.
I don't think it's as expensive as some of the projectors you guys are doing at M-Wave, but
Yeah.
it's a nice projector. Man.
Yeah.
That thing looked sharp, right?
It was great looking
4K
projector.
laser.
Yeah. So that was a new company. So one thing that is nice about coming to these types of events is you get to experience just new brands. Deviollet, that's a pretty slick speaker. They were out in the foyer kind of area just playing in the lobby. So they're kind of round speakers. They've got, the drivers on the side. Pretty interesting. More
Somebody
kind of
told
like
me
a-
about. I haven't listened to it. There's a Deviant soundbar that's supposedly like
Somebody was talking about that, but I couldn't
amazing.
find where it was.
Yeah, we got to look that up tomorrow.
Yeah. So there's so much to see, man. They
Hi-Fi.
really pulled a lot of bands.
Hi-Fi Rose had their integrated streamer
Yeah.
as well, like for the first time, like the only one, I guess, that's out there is here.
That was in the Sonos Fopper room, right?
WLA.
I don't remember which speakers it was hooked up to.
Yeah, I think I saw that there.
No, not the big Sonos Fopper.
Oh, so
It was
WLA
across
has the
hall,
soundbar?
yeah, down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got Derek off camera. He's a friend of mine. Derek, you heard the WLA today?
Yeah,
Is that the name of it? I said it wrong.
I think it's WLA.
I'm sorry.
DVLA.
Yeah.
DVLA.
Yeah.
So go ahead and share.
The sound bar actually was very impressive. Obviously you have it where you can set it on the desk or whatever.
Yeah, scoot on.
Yeah, scoot up.
Sorry, you won't be able to see me on there, but you can set it on the table, obviously. Atmos. There are 8, if I remember, there are 8 subwoofers in there opposed inside this thing.
Mhm.
They're octagonal, opposed all the way down the side, and then on the ends were the Atmos and whatnot. And then the center channel kind of calls out to their other speakers, kind of that globe look that they have. So it kind of dips in, and you have this little globe in there. Well, the cool part is when you mount it on the wall, the speakers automatically notice switched where those Atmos are now your left, right.
Mm.
And then the center channel, you literally just turn it
Yeah, that's
and
what I heard.
to
yeah.
face it forward. So very, very cool. It literally sounds like you got a huge sub in there.
We're going to check
I
these
was
out.
at $2,400 if I remember what the
Mhm.
guy was telling me. For that price, it's a very impressive soundbar.
So they're
I
a
mean,
European company, or
I don't remember them telling me
It sounds
if they were
French.
or not, but
Relay. I think
Fragile.
I think they might be Italian.
The guys in there were
Italian,
really
even
cool.
better.
Very, very welcoming, and they would play whatever song you wanted to listen to or whatnot. It's very cool system, and obviously their design language is ridiculous, and just some beautiful stuff that they've done. And they told me the idea behind their main speakers was to take a tower and put everything that you would have in a tower into
something that goes under your
something
TV.
that you would not normally see, along with the amp on the back end of it. So very cool. And you guys were talking about the Wolf. I think I remember them telling me that Wolf is a metal case, so it keeps the heat way in check from that. So I mean, the high build quality on that Wolf projector too.
Oh yeah, and it's
Yeah.
quiet too. I
Yes.
didn't hear the fan.
No, I sat right next to it.
It's like it has a hush box built into it.
Yeah, very cool.
One thing that I've been thinking about getting into a bit is vinyl, and I shelved that for a while, but being here has me rethinking that a bit in the panel discussion
Yeah.
that was on Friday as well.
I missed that one. I wish I'd gone to that one, but
Yeah, man, vinyl's great. Even if it's a DSD pressing, it's still good.
right?
Most golden ears can't tell the difference.
Dude, yeah. Let's stay out of that one.
There was some conjecture in the panel about the source of certain records that came up.
I bet. But that was interesting. We knocked down, drag out.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
so they had the rooms, but they also had the panels, like you mentioned, and those were also informative, and a lot of people were at the panels. Gene did one this morning. Like I said, Aaron did one. Me and Youth Man did one. Gene, yours was on the room. What was the big take?
That was an awesome panel. So we had some subject matter experts. We had Trinov, Paradigm, Harman.
Anthem was in there.
Who?
Anthem.
Yeah, Anthem. So we had all the major players in there. I constructed a series of questions to answer, and we had 30 minutes to do it. And so somehow we got through it without getting over the top. But the bottom line is we just kind of stressed the importance of the room is the most important component in your home theater. And most people
100%.
forget that. And you can't keep throwing money at gear, and especially cables, when you don't address good room acoustics, good speaker positioning, good setup. And then we just really drove home those principles in this discussion. And then we took some Q&As from people, and it was just a great conversation to hear all the major room correction people on one panel talk about what their systems do and what you need to do. You need to do the passive stuff first so that their EQ, which is the icing on the cake, has a fighting chance to do something useful.
Right. So, well, let me ask you this real quick while we're talking about this. What thickness are you talking about to go? What thickness do people go for on the wall? As far as
So that's a big problem, because I do some consulting on the side, and I get so many people that come to me and they're like, "Oh, I acoustically treated my room," and they put 1-inch foam around the whole room, and you just created a low pass filter and you have no high frequencies. So, and then we've had a series of videos with Grimani where he talks about the ratio of absorption and diffusion. And if you're really going to do any real effective absorption, you need a good 3-4 inch panel. And you don't want to cover the entire surface. You want to cover 15 to 20% of the surface. And so we talked a little bit about that. We also had the guy from Kinetics on. We talked about the importance of lowering the noise floor in the room. So if you're pre-construction, you have the ability now to put some countermeasures in that room to lower the outside noise from coming in. Not so much to let the noise from your room going out to the other rooms, which is important. But think about it. If you can lower the noise floor 10 dB in your room, you just gain 10 dB of dynamic range. You don't have to turn it as loud as this guy likes to turn it. Because he's 140 dB.
No, I'm not. You are so crazy.
What?
Typically, I'm at -10 to -15.
What does that mean? What's the SPL reader say?
So it's calibrated to reference.
All right,
So
all right.
85 to 105.
I see with 140 dB.
No, that was in somebody else's channel, bro.
Come on, man.
So, hey, before we go any further, I just want to say hi to some folks. So, Juan, thanks so much for the $20 super chat, man. Appreciate that. Zachary said that he just got checked in at the Marriott next door. Come say hi to us, man.
Dude, we're up right now.
Yeah. We'll give you the
You can jump in the
access.
stream.
Yeah, I think all the security have checked out.
They don't even
tonight.
care anymore, man.
Yeah, they were at the door earlier, man.
Still
So
partying.
definitely come say hi to us. We'll be around the event.
Michael, there's a gym over here. We're gonna go hit it.
Hey,
this, right?
That's right.
Oh, we ought to see. Like,
Get my kettlebell on.
Hook a bench some us. I'm down, man. Let's have some
I'm
fun.
gonna watch y'all
Hey,
blow out some
we'll live
shoulders.
stream.
My
That'd be,
shoulders are already blown out.
that'd be a Patreon video right there. How about that?
I'm gonna film it.
So here's a question. When is 8K content coming for home use, like for movies? So we did talk about that on our panel. So what are your thoughts on that? I'm a believer that 8K is on the horizon, but it's still going to be a while before that's like mainstream, before things like Kaleidoscape or sending a bunch of content there. It's going to take a while for the movie. What do you call them? Not producers, the studios, movie studios, to be able to
even
put
shooting in 8K.
Yeah, so it's like I just don't see it anytime super soon.
I just want less compression on my streams. How about that?
Yeah, we talked about that as well.
Yeah, right.
You know, absolutely.
I ended up being the 8K guy on the panel, and I'm just going to say 8K is already here. You can find content on YouTube. I'm just going to say that.
Okay, come on.
Oh, with horrible audio
Well,
quality.
there's probably more 8K content than there's oral 3D content.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
so I was gonna ask you about
Wow,
that.
yeah. Dude,
Channel. I'm a channel my inner Joe and Tell, and we'll just argue it out right
All
now.
right, all right.
Sweet.
Man, it's getting hot in here.
Yeah.
You honestly, you can open that door if it does get hot. So Dan Black, you actually got a chance to meet me earlier. That was super cool. That's one thing that I love about these events too, is we get to hear all the gear. And if you come to an event like this, you get to kind of demo some stuff. But to me, the biggest value of something like this is bringing this right here.
Community.
The camaraderie, the
Yeah.
community, the fellowship, the experience. Somebody even mentioned that there's like a lot of experience, even just on this panel. But when you come to an event, you add experience to that as well.
Right. Absolutely.
And so we love that. We love getting to know you and hanging out.
Look, we all need to stick together. It's a small industry, and
100%.
we want to propel it for the next generation, you know, and it's good to
Very
have
true.
the enthusiasm going.
I think this event is awesome for somebody that's considering getting into this stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
The way they structured the panels, you had a room panel, you had an audio panel, you had a video panel.
Sure.
And I think that the conversation and the dialogue, it started what I would say kind of entry level, but which is awesome because for people that were here to explore and understand what, AV, home theater, hi-fi, this stuff is all about, sitting through the sequence of those had to be like incredibly beneficial.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And also just the fact that if you are looking at a manufacturer, you can actually talk to that manufacturer.
Yeah.
I got a chance to talk to the guys from Anthem and ask them,
Correct.
okay, what is the difference between the AVM 70 and the AVM 90?
Mhm.
Right.
About $4,000.
22 more subs.
70 to 90.
Right. 2 more subs. And they also said that there are higher capacity or there are higher quality capacitors in there. There's a few other things, right? And so it was just good to be able to meet the manufacturers you're thinking about. Because SVS was here.
Sure.
Gary Kubian was here, the
Yeah.
president or CEO of SVS. So
Super
you got to
nice
talk to
guy.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. Seymour guy, Seymour
Yeah.
Screens guy. Was
Chris
Seymour
Seymour.
Brace. Yeah. He's here. You can talk to
So
these
Chris Seymour will always be one of my favorites because he bought the Jerry and Ben and Jerry's to one of my Audio Holics events in 2008, and he was serving ice cream to our people that were participating.
Nice.
Were you there? Were you there back then, youth? You went to one of our events like in 2012. You didn't go to the 2008 one, did you?
So the first time I ever met you was at your event.
Which one?
Oh gosh, this would have been.
Oh, we're getting called out now.
No. Seriously, this was name them.
So I had 2007 in Clearwater, 2008 in Disney, 2012 in Tarpon.
No, it was definitely on like the West Coast.
Oh, okay. So maybe it was the Clearwater one in 2007.
What was it called though?
State of the Union.
No, I've got a folder on my.
So you weren't there when they were serving ice cream.
I don't.
What about the belly dancers?
No, I don't remember that. The one that I remember is I came.
One that I used to.
When you
host.
first walk up, there was like
When I was young like him.
there was an RV that had a system in an RV. That was the year that I went.
Oh, that was in Tarpon Springs.
That was the
Emotiva was there.
Yes, that was the first time that I think it was just Audioholics. Man, there was something because I asked you about that.
That was I called it a get together. I think I made it more.
Okay.
I got lazier then. It was less
Yeah.
formal.
He's like, we ain't doing this no more.
Yeah.
So Sam said he actually visited the B&W room. He said that was the best. His
Those
favorite.
speakers had some bass, man. I could not believe the bass coming. I thought there was.
Was that the
something
Sony
there.
room?
No, Bowers.
Is that down here?
No, it was like a 15th floor. Right
Yeah,
there.
there's okay. So there's, I think
There's
there's
800s downstairs.
yeah, there's a big system down here.
Oh, I heard the 2-channel room. It was
Okay.
804,
Gotcha.
804s with the Class A monoblocks. Did you see those
Okay.
Class A's?
So Billy said, Gene, it was great meeting you today. Thanks for your input.
Now where's my $20
From
from
your-
me saying that?
Pisano Billy Lagamba. All right.
Oh yeah, yeah. I talked to a lot of people.
Yeah. Sam, the Heiko room was nice, but a little bass heavy.
Was that the vinyl room?
Yeah, which one is that?
I haven't been in the Heiko room yet.
Oh, okay.
So that's actually a new company for me.
Yeah.
I've not been aware of them. I know you guys reviewed it.
Yeah.
I think I got the one from James Larson.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I've got the set of those. So
The Auroras?
yeah, the
Yeah.
1000s.
Yep.
So they look really cool, but I haven't heard them yet. We were getting ready for this event, packing up and everything. So I haven't had a chance to hear those. So I'll do a video on that when I get back. Buck fan, I believe the Wolf had a metal case that really kept the heat in check. Yeah. So they're definitely, it's a different style, a different type of projector there.
So, when I was in the JBL demo, they were telling me, I think that whole system, 7 speakers, 2 subs, the receiver, I think the whole thing was under 30 grand, but they were doing with Audio Device, they're running some promotion like 20% off during this event. So if you guys are serious about the HDI series, check that out on
Sure.
Audio Device's website.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say this here. I've actually got a pair of HDI 3600s in my room right now that I'm reviewing. I'm hoping to get that out next week sometime, but they really do sound phenomenal.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
using those as the rears.
Yeah, they really do sound phenomenal. I mean, they've got the little 6.5-inch drivers down there, but it's a lot of bass for a 6.5-inch driver, and
Yeah.
it's a nice, refined, sweet sound. It's a little bit bright, but man, it sounds good.
Cody, you talk so soft. I hope they can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Hopefully you can.
Yeah.
So Jermaine has a really cool thought. He says, I visited Audio Advice in Raleigh last week. Great people and audio gear there. So this was my first time meeting the Audio Advice folks. I've talked to them on the phone. We've been on Zooms together. But the first time meeting them in person. And they're some of the most genuine and just kind people. I mean, they love, of course, home theater. They love music. They love all of that we are passionate about. But I think the thing that I get from them is they love people. Like they're genuinely concerned for us as content creators.
Yeah.
They're genuinely concerned for their employees, and they're genuinely concerned for their customers, which, I mean, you can sense that from the CEO down to all of their staff. I mean, they have been phenomenal. So huge shout out to Audio Advice for inviting us up here for their event and just being a part of it. It's been awesome.
Well, not just that. Let me just, I really want to be clear here about what we're saying, because literally we said, hey, we want a live stream, and we went to one of the Audio Advice employees, and
Yeah.
they brought us into this room.
Yeah, they're like, here, we'll get you the
Because we were like, are we going to
conference
go to somebody's like hotel room, and it's all crowded? Like they literally like gave us a room, said, hey, it was super cool, right? And also, yeah, it was very last minute, and they were super accommodating. And also, one of the guys that's here, his name is Marcus. I met him.
Yeah.
He's trying to set up a system, and he said, I'm thinking about talking to Audio Advice about this. And one of the guys walked by, said, hey, he's thinking about buying, and they just had a great conversation. He gave him his email, said, hey, I know you want that Onkyo system. Call me. So they're really helpful.
The
Yeah.
amazing thing about them too is you go and buy a product from them. Let's say you buy the Anthem AVM 70. they'll actually help you set up Arc Genesis, right? And that's intimidating for most people that aren't too familiar with this stuff. They'll give you the phone support you need. They have videos on their video production is, top notch right there.
Oh man, yeah.
Like,
that was impressive because
crazy.
we did our event and I felt we did pretty good job. We had some banners. Dude, they took over this whole stinking hotel.
yeah.
There are banners on the
Elevators.
elevators.
Yeah,
I thought that was a demo room at first. It was
Awesome. I mean, like
Yeah.
you go to the
You are
elevator and
small.
it tells you, okay,
What
on
room
this
you
floor
sleep
and this floor and this floor,
Yeah.
these are the brands. So they have done an incredible job.
They got saying they're sticking on the floor.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
my signs on the floor.
everything, man. They have really, really set it up very, very well.
The kickoff keynote was well done too.
Yeah.
Very well
The
done.
guy running
Very
it,
well
the way
done.
they
Yeah.
But that's the
John
thing,
was
man.
doing
They've
it.
they've got an incredible team. They have great production quality. They make great content. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Audio Advice, definitely head over there, check them out. Big plug for them. Again, they've just been so gracious and so hospitable to us. If we could have had some snacks, Audio Advice, that'd been good.
Yeah, y'all know which room we're in, by the way.
Yeah.
If you want to bring some in, we'll give you even more shout outs near the
Dark
end
chocolate.
near the end of this live stream. They, in all fairness, they do have a hospitality room that we're able to have access to. So you can
I
get
heard
some,
they got free Snickers in there
They
too,
do.
so
They
I'm
have-
loading up for the road.
That is-
Y'all aren't going to have any.
You seem like a Twizzler guy to me.
a Twizzler.
I don't know what
guy.
that's supposed to mean. We'll talk offline. I'm going to give one more shout out to Audio Advice. So for those who don't watch my channel, you haven't heard the story, but those of you who do have heard the story. But I contacted Audio Advice, I don't know, back in April or something, and basically just said, hey, look, I'm a small YouTube channel. I review speakers. A lot of times I depend on loaners from a manufacturer, which I try not to do that too much, or people will send them to me. Sometimes things might wind up coming in busted or broken, or I'll buy them myself. So it would be great if we could work out something where I kind of have like an open door return policy through you where, you send me whatever you sell, if it's something I'm interested in, and I'll send it back to you. And in return, I'll give your channel a plug. Me fully expecting them to say no. I had an email returned to me 2 hours later, and then 2 days I had a Skype, and then the next week I had speakers at my door. No questions asked. Audio Advice has been great. And to me, that says, like, of course, let's be real, right? There is some free marketing and advertisement for them, but they don't have to do that. I'm a small channel. They don't have to send me a brand new inbox product, make it open box, and then have to put it back in their store and cover shipping both ways. So to me, they're not just helping me, but they're also helping the community by allowing me to review and test more products that you all get to see for free because you're not paying to watch my videos. And I think that's cool. I think they really deserve a shout out for that.
Well, not only that, but they don't criticize your review. So
Yes,
whatever you find,
They don't even say, they don't
they
see
say
it.
nothing.
They don't see it before it goes out.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I mean, the same story. Like, I think we all can say like Audio Advice is super cool. So,
Yeah.
And the
Big
good
shout out
thing-
to them for that.
One thing we're hoping you're seeing this too is that we want to support each other. We truly do. We've got channels represented here with a few thousand. We've got some that have over 100,000. We got some that are really, really struggling to hit
We're
100,000.
really close, really close.
Oh man, it's creeping
You got to
along.
give away a farm to get to that 100K.
Dude, I thought giving away $33,000 of giveaways would encourage people to subscribe. But
Listen, if you're subscribed to my channel, which you probably aren't, but if you are and you're not subscribed to Michael's, go subscribe just to help push him over the hill.
Dude, you
And
could
then,
build a whole home theater with Michael's subscription.
yeah, and then when he gets over 100, everybody go unsubscribe immediately.
hey, I'm okay with that, man. Okay. I just want the plaque, man. Just to say I did it.
You'll take a screenshot like I was there.
Hey, it took me over a year to get that plaque afterwards. So
I've been busting
don't
it,
hold
man.
your breath.
Yeah. So here's some more great thoughts here. All right, so let me uncheck some of these. Here we go. Cool. So you had asked, we kind of went through this earlier, but honestly, at the end, just go back and look. We're from different channels, but we appreciate you dropping by. Any of you guys going to be at CEDIA? I will be at CEDIA.
Yes, I'm actually doing a whole presentation at Sound United for 2 days. So
Cool.
we're going to be recording some videos there.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were going to see it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Dude, I've got like 7 videos I got to make at
We didn't
CEDIA.
think he was coming here, so
Nice.
Yeah.
he just showed up.
I had to get past, honestly, I had to get past M-Wave. That was the biggest thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
they had asked me several months ago, Michael, we'd love to have you. And I'm like, I would love to be here. I just don't know if I can commit yet. I've been 6 months focused on
It's a lot of work to do a show, which is why I don't do them anymore. So God bless you.
I'll be honest, it's hard. It's
God
just
bless
me
you.
and Ryan. We don't have this big, massive team. And we only had like 100 people. There's probably 1,200 people here.
Yeah.
And again, they've got a massive team, and they have done. Again, you look at this and it's like, dude, they've been doing this a while because it's straight up legit. So hope you guys come out next year to the Audio Advice Live. It's pretty awesome.
This is going to be a tradition for us.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but this is.
It's well done.
Yeah,
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think you'll see, like a lot of us, you'll see more of us tying in and working together with Audio Advice. Like I said, I partner with brands that I truly believe in, whether it's a manufacturer or in this case, whether it's really they're
integrator,
They kinda do everything.
retailer.
Yeah.
They do a lot of different things. They do kind of some
And they have a
consulting.
YouTube channel, so again, they don't have to like give us stuff like other YouTubers.
right.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But they do.
Thriving
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, they have a thriving. And again, those JBL HDI 3600s, they're from Audio Advice.
Yeah.
There's going to be a link to Audio Advice in the description of that video when I publish it.
Yeah.
because they're super cool guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're asking, where are we? We are actually in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Sheraton Hotel here.
In the seventh
downtown.
layer of a place.
bunker.
Yeah, we're like
we
in a
can
hole
talk.
We're in a
somewhere.
bunker.
Yeah, dude.
Streaming off our phones, by the way, because the Wi-Fi here isn't that great.
Yeah, we're grateful that like Cody's Wi-Fi, he had the best platform or the cell phone.
I can't touch it
subscription.
because I'm afraid it's going to bring this
Yeah.
down. So I'm just sitting
Shut it
here.
Yeah, we might shut it down. So
Nobody move.
cool, man. Some of you guys are subscribed to all of us. That's super awesome. We
Nice.
love you guys. We really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
We got a full house. Ike, good to see you.
Ike,
I'm
what's
actually
up?
staying with Ike at Cedia. He's like, hey, dude, I live in Dallas.
Yeah.
Come hang out with me. And so Ike is going to be hanging out with me at Cedia. So super
Cool.
great for him and his family opening up their
So Ike-
home. Let's see. Keep going, guys. I'll keep looking through some.
Question: how many songs did everybody Shazam listening to demos?
Oh,
today?
I've got like 6 of them on my phone.
Yeah, you want
That's
to go home and
hilarious.
listen to? Yeah.
Yeah.
So mention that just for the folks that don't know what Shazam is. What does that allow you to do at an
Yeah,
event like this?
so you pull up the app, you're listening to a song or whatever, it'll identify it basically by listening to it and be able to link you out to Apple Music or whatever it was. I didn't think about it early enough though. I was actually taking notes in a OneNote, like, oh, what was that track again? And I'm like, oh, Shazam is right there. So yeah, I've got a bunch of them. Trying to
discovered
remember.
a Prince song I didn't know existed. Did you guys ever hear this song?
Is that the Journey song that he's covering or something?
Oh, I don't know.
There was a lot of covers.
When the
down
lights
there.
go down, I don't know if it's it's not that.
No, that's not the.
This song slayed, man. They were playing these on the Focals.
Really?
Mhm.
And then just to give you another one, I've never heard of this. Ratchets.
No,
Mm-mm. I don't know about them.
no, that's like a TikToker term, isn't it?
Maybe.
Ratchet.
Yeah, maybe.
So Mark says he's at the show. He said, was there today for snacks. You should have gone outside for Caribbean Festival
I
food.
did do that.
We did.
Do that. Yeah.
Did that.
I had the jerk chicken. So it was super good. There's literally a parade going on all day long outside, super loud.
Huge
but
festival.
yeah, it was massive. Tons of people outside. But yeah, I actually did get a chance to make it out there.
I was in a couple of rooms that they had David Solomon from Kobas going around to
Yeah.
the rooms,
Yeah.
popping in and playing stuff. So he played a few tracks. A couple of rooms that he came through, I was in.
Yeah, he
That I
played a
read.
track.
Actually, there was one that I was going to say that.
The Zoos one,
The Zoos one, that's the one I
Yeah,
liked, yeah.
Marson.
Marson, that was the Led. Yep, the Led.
Yeah, I heard
Zeppelin.
that in
Yeah.
Paradigm. No. Or
I mean,
Beat
they did play
Wilkins.
this kind of
Yeah.
almost everywhere. That's
Yeah,
a
well,
very
it
cool song.
follows him. Those are two that he was playing everywhere. He
Yeah.
went. The Zoo, the No More Zoos, and that Led Zeppelin cover.
When he
Yeah.
played that last night, I thought of, I don't know if anybody out there remembers the Godzilla movie that came out in '99.
Matthew
But
Broderick.
Puff Daddy covered that. It was called Come With Me, and it was sampling Kashmir. So just FYI for any of those who are, it was a terrible song, but it was kind of cool at the time. So.
All right.
P. Diddy.
So super quick, introduce yourself. We got a lot of new folks on the stream. Just real quick.
Re-up.
Gene Delasala with Audioholics. I've been doing it longer than most of the guys in this room have been alive.
He's
So-
the grandfather YouTuber.
Yeah.
Godfather.
Yeah.
And I'm Cody. I'm the home theater hobbyist here on YouTube. Yeah, just here. Happy to be here.
Yeah, Michael Stevens, Youthman Reviews. So my channel is mostly on home theater. Been doing it about 4 years, and just building relationship with these guys over the past several years. It's been awesome.
Yeah, Jeremy Pilots Enthusiasm. I'm the noob. Been at this about a year
Yeah,
or so, but yeah, this is awesome.
absolutely, man. Glad to have you.
I'm Aaron Hardison from Aaron's Audio Corner, and I basically just review speakers and nothing else.
Nice, man.
Speaker
Very cool.
geek.
Speaker geek, super speaker nerd.
Cool. So here's a thought. Tyria says, love the real technical advice. This is the best time for home theater. I totally agree for that. The ability to get information that only a small number of people had access to is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is we all have different styles of making videos and content for you guys. Some of us, like myself, I'm not super technical. If you're looking for a bunch of data, if you're looking for measurements, this is not your guy. These two guys here are absolutely incredible with it. And Gene has a team, Matthew Pose, he does a whole bunch of measurements, and these guys know their stuff. And so if you're interested in that, they do a bunch of that. I'm kind of more on the consumer side of it, really. I bring
He produces movie quality video. I produce videos from 2005.
That's okay. But the cool thing is, like you said, we have different styles, different approaches. And we were even talking about this earlier. Sometimes, say, I'll get a product in for review and Jeremy gets a product in for review. I encourage you to go watch both of ours. Yeah. There have been a lot of times where I have referred people to you guys' videos, either because I didn't make a video on that, or you just got a different perspective. Because the reality is I see things from a certain lens and a certain perspective. Gene, Cody, all of us, Aaron. And so we all come at it from a different direction. Doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong. It's just different. I'm kind of more just fun, that approach. And you're like, here's what it is.
Here it is. And you suck if you don't believe it.
That's right, man. I mean, it's data. And that's awesome. But utilize these guys, utilize the other channels that even aren't represented here, because like you said, there's a wealth of knowledge. And I'm just grateful for your friendship, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, it's fun just to be part of a cool community like this.
It's just great to get different viewpoints on a product. Because I mean, if you're buying, you can't get this with any other field, right? You go buy a dishwasher, you're not going to get this kind of information with a dishwasher, right? So now you go and buy a speaker and you got 5 or 6 different opinions and it's all good to watch. I mean, it's just an amazing time. YouTube has really brought that out.
Yeah. Duke said this is a glitch in the matrix right here, man. This is awesome.
What was that? I saw a cat.
I feel like the newest member of the Avengers or something.
Yeah, but that's
you're like Ant-Man or something.
Hawkeye, the little human.
Yeah.
But see, what's great is all of us, we were there. I mean, literally, like I was there 4 years ago. And so we understand, and really, we want to be a resource to you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got questions, if you need advice or whatever, you literally now have 4 friends that you can reach out to at any time and say, hey, I got a question, man. What do you do in this situation?
I was there when the internet was invented.
Yeah, you were the one who turned it on.
I was about to say,
you and Al Gore. You and Al Gore, both of y'all.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's a good point, though. Like I think we all agree that in the realm of YouTube, I see people sometimes in my comment section will say, so-and-so said this about this, but you said this. Mm-hmm. Like, who's right? And to me, that's not really the point. I mean, I'm more than happy to answer you candidly if you want to, but I don't want to. But I think the cool thing is it shouldn't be a competition between like different viewpoints. Viewpoints are viewpoints, right? So just enjoy us for the information that we provided and hopefully a little bit of entertainment as well.
Yeah. Cool. A lot of guys saying they've subbed to all of our channels. Appreciate that. Shout out to Audio Device and you guys for showing us what good, bad, and ugly. Mm-hmm. And I think that's important as content creators. He's not talking about us, man.
There's only 3 adjectives.
Come on, well, who's the good then? Definitely ain't you.
No, that's true.
Just Michael.
I try to be good. But the reality is, I mean, there are times when we review something that we have to share the not so great part of that speaker, AVR, processor. One thing I have learned as a content creator is if there's an issue, I reach out to the manufacturer first. Yep. I learned that the hard way. So that is a lesson. Go ahead and take note of that early on. If you're reviewing something and just something's not right, reach out to them. Mm-hmm. The reality is there are times that, you buy a phone and maybe, all right, this button over here is just not working right. Doesn't mean that every one of them is bad. And it doesn't mean that that's going to be a representation of every phone that you get.
And you just slam them on YouTube.
Look, I blew up a $4,000 amplifier 3 weeks ago. And in the 23-year history of doing this, there's only 2 amplifiers that have blown up. And the manufacturer wants to know why that amp blew up because they thought it was impossible to do.
Yeah.
So now they've got it back in. I'm not putting the report up until I get my second unit, make sure I don't blow this one up.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the reality is that, I mean, it's not that we're trying to hide anything, but here's the flip side of that. There was a certain brand sent me a product a while back, and I found this wrong. And I messaged them. I'm like, hey, I found this wrong. They said, okay. They worked with me. They got their engineers. I found this wrong. Found several things that was wrong. At the end of it, I'm ready to make my video, and I'm like, there's quite a few little glitches. Now, fortunately, these things can be fixed with firmware updates. But I emailed them. I said, hey, look, here's what I found. I'm about to make this video. I'm just letting you know. And they said, sounds fair.
Yeah.
They were totally cool. They're like, you know what? I mean, we know that we've got some stuff to work on, but the cool thing is just about communication. But we do have to sometimes share the good, the bad, and the not so good, the ugly.
And the other thing I would say about that, and I agree with you, which is just simply one of the things as a reviewer, especially when you get new products in, you're kind of, some of them are still working at the kinks. And so you can actually give that feedback so that when the people that are watching this video actually purchase it, some point down the line is actually fixed. Because I've gotten things where, it was supposed to be, on the wireless network, and it didn't work. It just wouldn't work. And so I was like, hey, this doesn't work. And so they fixed it. Right. And so that's part of it too. So it's not just, you want to make a video and I'm just going to slam them because they got this wrong, like that doesn't really help.
It doesn't help anybody.
I think transparency though is key. Like, if you run into that, you just say, hey, these are the things that I ran into, and you mention it and you just keep it. But if you go at it with like the purpose or the point of like, I'm going to slam this company because of this thing, then I try to just keep it objective. Like, these are the things I was looking for. These are the things I saw.
Sure.
Done.
Or if you just go with one measurement sign ad to judge every product, you fall into a rabbit hole doing that.
Yeah, that one can be a tough one, which I appreciate. So for me, amplifiers, I want to know power and I want to know noise. And distortion, I mean, it would be nice to know, but that's because I run high sensitivity speakers.
Right.
So the last thing I want to do is turn my system on. This is actually what I do, and just hear.
Yeah.
I want low noise, and I want to know that it can do the power. But all the stuff in between, I'm like, whatever. But I agree, rolling everything up into one point can really get you in some deep trouble pretty quickly.
And not everything you measure is audible. I've measured stuff on products and it doesn't look good on my FFT, but the freaking thing sounds amazing.
Right.
So,
well, and the other thing too is that some people, like when I started reviewing speakers, they'll take the Sean Olive score, and I provide this. But early on, everybody wanted to boil speaker measurements down into this one single score. And I think people quickly started to understand that you really don't need to do that. It's more to be used as a guide. So that's the kind of issue I find when you run into trying to objectify everything and boil it down into one number. And it's like, well, you've got these other aspects that you need to consider too.
Dynamic range, compression, all
that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I said, this has been a great experience, and again, sitting down, chatting. I mean, again, this came from us just sitting out in the lobby, just talking. And it was like, hey, let's just do this live stream, and we can talk about our experience. And it's been a great experience. Overall, is everything here perfect? No. There's been some manufacturers that have had issues and had to make a cable, an audio cable.
I really wanted to see the Focal Sopras. They didn't make it.
They fell off of the back of a truck somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That story's around a number of times. Shipping stuff nowadays is
a
nightmare.
Yeah, we had a pair of $300,000 speakers completely damaged. I mean, not they did actually. During so shipping doesn't always work out.
And they still played beautifully.
Yeah. So you got a chance to hear those. They sounded amazing.
So in the Focal room, what did they have? Did they have the Canto?
Canto and twos, and then
those are supposed to be mine. I was supposed to be taking them home with me tomorrow.
Oh.
No joke. But now I guess I'm not now.
I dropped one of those.
Yeah, well, I hate
I knew you were getting them. Purposely savage.
What's your room number again?
What's
Michael's?
Yeah.
Right, man.
Hey guys, there was one good question on here from it looks like it just says Mark.
Okay.
It says interested to hear what each of your thoughts were on some of the best demos and or vendor presentations at the show. To me, the RBH room demo was pretty impressive with the Sony and the Mad VR setup. What do you guys think? Kind of close her up.
I mean, I'm partial to that because I have those speakers, so I know what that sounds like. I was blown away by the Trinov. Just that whole system integration is even better than what I have in my own place. And now it's going to make me want to put floor standing wise and get more serious about the room correction, because that was just a great setup. That was good. I really like the JBL demo. I love the HDI series. I think for all around speaker, for value, for output, for aesthetics,
It's good.
very
finish.
hard to beat that speaker. Even if you buy Internet Direct, it's competitive with that. I like those little Prime wireless ones, those beta ones that are coming out now with the 5.25-inch high excursion drivers. I thought that was great. And yeah, I mean, any of those, Bowers and Wilkins did a nice demo with the Class A amplifiers. I was pretty mesmerized by the bass output. I didn't listen to the Neoliths this time. I don't know if you guys have or not. I've heard them before, and I love those speakers. So if any of you have not heard Neolith before, you need to go and check that out, even if it's not an ideal
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah, I heard them from the back of the room.
$100,000 system. We had them in M-Wave. Beautiful speakers.
Oh, you have heard them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had them in M-Wave. They're incredible speakers. What's funny is they're like, we will paint these speakers whatever, like we can do any color. I'm thinking for $100,000, you should be
Yeah,
able
you
to paint them
better.
any color I want. If I want like camouflage, baby, I should be able to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're gorgeous, man. They got the red ones here. We had the gray ones. The red ones look gorgeous. Klipsch has got some new speakers.
Oh gosh,
Did they
those
men-
Jubilees?
No, they have the Jubilee. So in
Talking
our,
about the Cornwalls?
in our main auditorium, so where we
No,
all
no,
meet,
actually.
the monitors, not monitors, the
Like the PA
Sound
system.
PA system, the whole
Yeah.
system that we're using for microphones, music, when everybody's coming in, the hype music is played by the Klipsch Jubilees. Now these things are massive, massive.
Ridiculous. Huge. I need to get a picture of those, like when
They
we
are.
stand next to them.
Yeah.
They're so huge.
Yeah, big horns, but they have come out. I think it's okay to share, right?
With what?
In the Klipsch room, the new, huh?
The ones in the back?
Yeah.
They said no.
Okay, so I can't.
Yeah.
All right, so I almost busted it.
Yeah,
So-
sorry.
Sorry.
They wouldn't let me take a picture of them.
Literally,
They were in there, but I haven't
just,
got.
they were just mocking.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just in
So
case.
sorry, guys. You should have been here to know what Klipsch is up to. Just know they've got some cool stuff that they're working on, and they brought a prototype for us to look at.
Prototype,
So,
and there's 2 versions of that prototype coming.
okay, sweet. So look for new stuff from Klipsch. Go ahead, Cody.
One thing I'll mention too, the JVC NZ9 projector
Yeah.
looks really good. I
Yes.
got a chance to see that this morning.
Oh yeah.
It looks really good. I mean, it's $26,000, so it's not cheap,
Yeah, sure.
but it looks good.
Projectors.
One of the things that he mentioned on that particular projector was it does 4K 120.
Yes, he mentioned it does
That- to me, that's the first I've ever.
4K 120, 8K 60 with the eShift.
Yeah.
But it also has low latency in that as well. So it's not just 120 and but they cut out the processing
Yeah.
what they need to do to get it as low as possible. So
So
Deep
how do I share a super chat? Because I'm not logged into StreamYard. You guys can't see this.
So
right?
oh, that's right. So I don't.
I can read it, I guess, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got a
Yeah, if you
super
guys
chat?
get any kind of super chats on your channel, I'm not sure that I'm seeing them. I'm still scrolling through
Yeah, I don't think you
comments, so
can see
I'm
those.
not even here yet.
Shout out to Joe and Tell. He's been blowing you guys up on here.
Has he? But
Just-
on
Yeah, I
his
see that
channel,
now.
I think I'm on Mike's channel
Okay.
right now, but he's saying hi to everybody.
I haven't seen him
Good
yet,
job.
so I'm still scrolling. I got a lot. D Kaz says this is like a Marvel DC crossover. Appreciate that, man.
So we got a super chat here from Gautham. I don't want to say his last name, Jaran. Why isn't transient response measured by many reviewers?
Transient response.
Yeah, like in loudspeakers.
Well, it depends on how you define that. Are you just talking like step response?
Yeah,
Like I measure it,
yeah.
but the truth of the matter is that I don't know that there is a strong, I'm sure somebody's done it. I don't know where it exists of a strong correlation in this kind of measurement of step response. And the other thing too is like when you talk about step response, I think of like, I'm more focused on the bass aspect of a step response.
Mhm.
So is it like overhang or underhang of the cue? Is the system kind of damping out at a reasonable time, or is it not? Is it ringing for
There
a
it
while? Do we have like high resonance bass or bass that's too shallow? So, but yeah, I mean, I provide step response in my reviews, but I really don't talk about it. I'm like, here it is. I'm moving on,
So I do it. I mean, James Larson has his own method, and I won't speak for
Yeah, he
him.
does group delay.
Yeah, group
Yeah.
delay, exactly. But I look at the system in the room. So like when I set up a system, I look at the spectrogram, I look at wavelets, and kind of like what Aaron's saying, you want to make sure that the bass is properly aligned, it's not overhanging. And you can see a lot of that when you do a spectrogram wavelet, or you do even an RT60 decay time, and you look above 100 hertz, and you look and see how the room is responding to the speakers. So there are different ways of doing that. I don't think like putting a square wave into a speaker tells you anything useful.
I've thought about like so I can capture the impulse response via the clipple. And then I'm like, could I play a square wave through that? I don't know. I'd have to talk to clipple people. I'm sure it's probably easy to do. They'd probably be like, yeah, it's easy. But I've wondered, would that be a good way to do it? If I wanted to take the impulse response and convolve a square wave with that, and I get a square, and is that a good sign? I'm glad you brought that
You
up.
might only get it in one mic position though.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do.
Well, I'm thinking anechoic. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really think the room measurements and how you integrate the speakers really tells you more than some of this stuff, because I think a lot of times people say this subwoofer is slow.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I think they have poor modal control in their room.
Yeah.
And when they put a subwoofer that has a lot of output that excites that mode, they think the subwoofer is slow when it's their room that's not properly controlled.
Yeah, I agree. I think the room acoustics plays so much more into those kind of terms.
So
Yeah.
You know, figure out the room or use good PEQ or something.
Yeah. Now the group delay, when you're doing an anechoic measurement of a sub, I think that's really important, because a lot of companies over DSP their subs, and you can
That's
see it.
true. Yeah.
You can see it, especially the ported subs.
Yeah. When they're like 100 milliseconds, like it goes like at 50 hertz, it's like 10 milliseconds, and then at 20, it's like 150 milliseconds.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? So that is one thing that I think is important, but I pay attention to group delay near the crossover region. So like, let's say that I'm planning on crossing over a subwoofer at 80 hertz. And if the speaker itself, for some reason, has a large rise in group delay through that region, then I know it's going to be harder to phase match with the subwoofer, because now the phase of the subwoofer is doing some weird things. It's going to be hard to mitigate.
Use some all pass filters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One question for you guys. You mentioned over DSP. Can you hear that?
Yes,
What
absolutely.
does it sound like?
So I used to do chirp tests on subwoofers. I used to use Odyssey for the chirp tests, and anytime I would hear this weird chirp coming out of a sub, I always thought it was Odyssey's problem.
Mhm.
And then I started measuring certain subwoofers that use DSP, and one of them, I won't mention names, but they used a brick wall filter for a high pass filter. And anytime I ran an Odyssey chirp, which is an impulse response, right?
Yeah.
It's an impulse, you could hear a weird echo coming out of the subwoofer. So it was wide band enough, even though that sub was maybe good to 150 hertz, you could hear it as an echo coming out of that sub, and it was because of that brick wall filter. As soon as when they removed that brick wall, it fixed the group delay problem, and that echo thing went away. And you could hear it in music too. If you have a sub that's, I hate to say slow, because I don't like using that term, but some subs over DSP, and they don't behave well as a result.
Got a question here from Douglas. So, all right. So I've been watching the stream, and I'm trying to figure out, I know I don't read super fast. What it's doing is it's pulling all
of
five
ours
channels
together.
in the, so that's why
Yeah.
it took so long to see Joe's comment, and
Oh,
it did
okay.
actually show your super chat. So I'm getting there, but we're going
You
through.
got like 250 people.
That's what I'm saying. There's 250 people
That's all
commenting,
you know.
and it's all coming into
That's
here.
awesome.
We
So-
are Captain Planet right
so
now.
I'm doing my best to try to
What's
get
funny
those
is
through.
The channel I'm particularly watching is 26 people, so it is
Correct.
definitely.
Yeah.
a
So we've got
combination of-
242 combined from all of our
So it's
channels.
200 from Gene's
94.
channel.
Yeah.
So there you go. Right. My channel's got like 2.
All right, let's don't pull out
Double digits.
sticks,
Maybe
meters,
centimeters.
whatever. So
Centimeters.
Douglas says, running question. I'd love for you guys to answer. Does center channels work as left and right stereo speakers when you stand them on end? So
For
he's
sure.
talking about if you take a horizontal speaker, center channel, make it vertical. Can that work? Yeah, your center
It
channel.
definitely can.
Your center channel doesn't know that it's a center channel.
Well, unless
the
it's
only
a
caveat,
WTMW.
the only caveat, I think, sometimes the horn, if it's a
where
horn,
it's sitting, you need to bring that up
you're
high
going to
enough,
change the dispersion
Yeah.
pattern. So think about this. So maybe,
wherever the tweeter is.
and again, I've owned a
Or
lot
if
of,
it's designed as a center channel horizontally
To
where
go
it's a
that way.
freeway, then you don't want to turn it on its side.
That's a good
Okay.
point. I think it is. This is Douglas Blake. What's up, Douglas? I think the answer really is it depends.
it can on a
It certainly
certain
can.
speakers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, if it's an MTM, you're almost always better off with it being vertical than horizontal.
Yeah. That's true.
You just may change the amount of dispersion because like certain speakers, maybe let's say 60 by 90 or 90
Oh,
by
you're
60.
talking about the shape of the horn.
Yeah. So then you're going to get
Yeah.
a little bit less that way because it's meant to go sideways.
I'm trying to think. It seems like most center channels that are like MTM type or WM,
Mhm.
whatever. their horns are symmetric. So even if it's like a square type horn, it doesn't matter if it's this way or that way, or if they're a waveguide, it doesn't really matter.
Focal makes a speaker that you can actually orient the mid and tweeter. You can rotate it 90 degrees on their in-walls. So
Yeah.
That's really slick.
Yeah.
I've got those.
Yeah, you
Want
The
1000?
300
Yes, you
series.
do.
The one that I got the 1000.
Oh, those are nice. Yeah, those are really nice.
Yeah, some people like them.
Jamaica says, great to see you guys becoming friends. Man, we've been friends. Come on
Jamaica, me happy.
So becoming friends, and that's what the audio enthusiast community should be. Everyone should have a voice. And you're absolutely correct. We all have different voices. Some of you have deep, sexy voices like Cody.
ASMR.
He's got that super sweet, man. Cody just like, that's just smooth, man.
Very white.
Aaron's got a face for radio.
Hey, yeah, we're good friends, man.
Oh yeah, Ben.
That's
That's a jerk.
This one here?
off of my eyeball real
Next one.
much. You like jazz? Yeah.
So, Cash, go ahead and read that one.
Yeah, so this was a engineering intern of mine from this past summer.
Super cool, man.
So he says, for a student on a budget, what speakers would you all recommend? Any portable ones? What about Bluetooth? Basically, how to get started in audio as a college student.
Yeah, college student. I've been there. I was broke as a goat. So budget friendly, youth man deals, those types of things. I think one company that is represented here that offers some really great sound, very affordable price point is ELAC.
You like it.
What I didn't know is ELAC makes some stupid expensive.
$30,000 tower.
Yeah, like holy! I always thought they were budget because of Joe and Tell, which is in the chat.
Yeah.
He's reviewed a lot of the ELAC
Yeah,
speakers.
stuff that the American division.
Yeah.
It's the budget division. It's the European stuff where
I'm
it's
like,
pricey.
well, that's cool. So is he in the U.S.?
Yes.
So he's in the U.S. So ELAC might be one. What are some
Model
other
price.
Model
the
prices?
Encore series.
Yeah, that's a
You've
good one.
measured some of them.
Yeah.
You've measured some
Yeah,
of them.
James did too.
Yeah.
The ELAC, you mentioned ELAC, and that was one I was going to mention earlier. They've got, did you guys see their room? They've got a little small
They got a
tower
new
speaker
one,
coming
yeah.
out too. So
That's,
that was
that's
pretty cool.
pretty impressive. That
Yeah,
was
the bass on that, I thought he had the towers running.
Yeah, that was pretty
I mean,
impressive.
I'd say probably like below 50, it probably drops off the
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
But I was still impressed. One brand to look at is Cali Audio, and they've got a pair for like $400. It's the LP6B2.
Yeah.
They're powered monitors.
Yeah.
They're great. You guys, I don't know if y'all have tested
We
those
did a
yet.
Cali one of them. I think one of them
See,
got a
Joe.
little bit noisy.
Oh, you did? Yeah. It was
Yeah.
one of their
And
V1s.
I think they fixed it.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget about the brand that Audio Advice distributes. The one you're reviewing now, the Auroras.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, Heiko is a new brand for me. They've been
I
around
think
for
you're
a
going to
long,
be
long
blown
time.
away when you hear those speakers.
They sound really good for the money. And I will say this, and I think
Okay,
Mike agrees with me, but I would say if you're going to buy your first in this, right, buy a decent pair of speakers,
Mhm.
right? A good pair of speakers will last you 20 years,
100%.
right? So everybody here is mentioning speakers. Definitely go for, the speakers that you hear here. I mean, obviously you need an AV receiver or something to connect them to, right? But I would say don't buy, a subwoofer in a box kind of thing. None of those.
Save up a little
Home theater
bit.
in a box.
Yeah, home theater box. That's what I mean.
100%.
Home theater box.
Speakers.
Go for a decent
Sure.
pair of speakers. If it's a 5.1 set, that's fine. But definitely go for a decent pair of speakers and then just build from there.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? A lot of these powered budget speakers, like from SVS, from ELAC, they have HDMI functionality on them, so you could plug them right into your TV and stream from your TV into the speakers. It's a soundbar killer.
Yeah.
For $400 or $500, you could actually get a pair of speakers that are
Brown
physically
wireless.
separated, so you could have stereo separation and still watch TV.
With many different inputs. They got the
Right.
E-Arc,
Yeah.
The
Toss it,
optical,
Yeah.
So there's plenty different. And that SVS one that they showed had all of that. I was very impressed with.
And you
with
could
that
stream
set.
from your phone to it too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the only problem with that is if you wanted to go with surrounds and stuff like that, right?
Oh yeah, well I'm talking about
If you're
just-
going with two channel
yeah, 'cause
and a subwoofer.
yeah,
or something
exactly.
like that, yeah.
So we got another super chat from Brian's Tech Therapy Whisper Status 74. Is that
Brian?
on your channel? Very cool. So $5 super chat. So great stream. What are your guys' thoughts on the Polk L800s? Appreciate it. Thank you.
So we did a really detailed review of
Yeah.
that speaker, including measurements, and a lot of people got those speakers wrong. They try to set them up as conventional speakers, and you can't do it with a speaker like that because of the inaural crosstalk cancellation. Those speakers need to be placed closer together than a typical speaker, and those things are pretty freaking amazing. I think you heard them when we went to, did you go to the Sound United event in Louisiana?
No.
You didn't go to that?
This is
Okay.
literally like my first event other than yours a long time ago, and then the
You're right.
Florida Audio
I think
Expo.
Techno Dad was at that. But anyways, so I heard them there, and then Matthew Poe's got him in, and James Larson, and
Mhm.
I love those speakers personally. I mean, what that does, especially if you have binaural recordings, you can take advantage of binaural recordings more with that speaker than with a conventional speaker that doesn't have that left minus right, right minus left trick in it. So it's not for everyone, obviously. It's a big speaker. It's heavy.
Has
It's
it got 2 10s in it? Does it or 2 8s?
really capable 10s. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like the speaker from the movie Ruthless People. Remember the Dominator?
Oh yeah.
It's like this big thing. With
I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
But it's a great
That looks
sound,
like a big
very
speaker, too.
engaging speaker. Yeah, I like it.
I just want to add 2 props to Brian's channel. It's awesome for like flat panels and PC gaming, flat panel gaming, all that stuff.
Very cool, man.
Yeah,
So go check out Brian.
He's a good guy. Good guy.
Super cool, man. So thanks for all you guys brought to the Audio Device live show. Man, we're here just as guests,
Yeah.
and we didn't bring
Just hanging out.
anything. It's like they put all this on. They, like I said, we want to
They gave us a
thank
playground.
them.
We just showed up.
Yeah, 100%, man. They put all the effort into this. We just want to say thank you to them, give them some love. You know, they wanted to make sure they got their branding represented, which was great, man. We were grateful.
Yeah, they were like, make sure you get audio device in the background. We were like, we'll do everything we can to not have it in the background.
Oh, man. But they've been a whole lot of fun, man.
Yeah, but thanks for everybody that joined us as well
Yeah.
on the live stream, because like we said, this was just kind of
Yeah, we're
impromptu.
266.
Yeah, dude, you'd still be shooting a video right now.
Yeah,
we'll
trying
be
to edit
editing.
it later.
Edit it tomorrow. Oh, it'd be terrible.
I gotta go finish doing B-roll in the RBH booth.
Cool. Super quick, couple little thoughts. Is there any wish list of things that you'd want to review? Gene, any particular brand, speaker, AVR
I
processor?
would like to review Trinov. To
Okay.
be honest with you,
Cool,
I'm really
Trinov.
blown away by that product. Yeah, I
Nice.
hate to say that for the spare change.
Yeah, that's okay.
I call them loose change.
Loose
Loose
change.
change. Well, now he's
Well,
just
now he's just Shane
now he's
Lee.
just Shane Lee. He's
Yeah,
not spare
That's
change.
Yeah.
right. He got
That's
that
right.
moniker on.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a high roller.
That's
now.
right,
It is.
dude.
It's not
Yeah.
spare change.
That's
anymore.
right, man.
Yeah.
He's moved on. Cody, what brand product?
Personally, I'd love to review the anthems.
That's me.
That's because I just want to mess around with the room correction. That's probably
You're gonna love it.
So here,
I'm a
I
huge
think
Anthem fan,
here's
man.
the cool thing though. I've been trying to get an Anthem in. You guys have been asking, hey Michael, are you gonna get Anthem? I've reached out to them. I was on their list to get one. Then there was like, I didn't hear anything, but I have a feeling that we've got some connections maybe here with Audio Device that might be able to get us one. So I might have to reach out, but I would love to do like the AV 70. What would you?
AVM 70, AVM 90, or even one of the AV receivers like the
Yeah.
RX slide 740. 1140.
I've got an AVM 70 in my theater.
Oh.
An
We'll just send it to us.
SDR.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll send it back to
A
you.
buddy of mine has an MRX that he bought at my suggestion. I love their stuff.
Yeah.
I went up there to try to talk to them as well. They're just not engaging as much with, I guess, folks like us
Yeah.
yet maybe.
Yeah,
So
I don't
we'll
know.
see.
But that's okay.
I mean, I talked to them a little bit. It was after the show, though. I wanted to shoot with them, but they were tired. So,
But yeah, I love them. I love the brand.
Yeah, I would say for me, I'm actually interested in testing out that little baby ELAC.
Mhm.
So hopefully I spoke with one of their reps and he said that they would send a pair out. So I'm curious too. I think those things are neat. And then I've got you guys are going to trip. Gene, you'll trip. I'll try to remember to show you the picture before we leave. But I've got a pair of speakers coming that are just weird looking speakers. So
Oh yeah.
y'all stay tuned
Yeah.
for that because that'll be an
Is
interesting
it the
one.
Sing speaker that has?
No,
No, I've
he's
already
already got
reviewed that one.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
that's
a
interesting.
that was
Yeah.
a very dude. The bass on those
There's a
though
lot of
was
bass.
ridiculous.
Yes.
It's like what?
Yeah.
They've got some really intelligent people working for them too.
Yeah, Chris Kiriaki's from Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm working, man.
I
They're
was
so.
going to put one up here, but
I try to steal
Yeah,
for what
if
it's
you
worth, you guys. I
honestly-
try to
that's
steal
right, you can do
Macintosh
it too, right?
amplifiers, but I didn't make it out
Post
the
them
door.
up there,
So,
man.
I don't think you could lift one of those.
there we go.
are you kidding me?
Super Chat.
I'd risk my back being thrown out for one of those any day of the week.
Wow.
I know
1.2
youth
kilowatt.
band. Hey, I've seen youth band bench press a monoprice amplifier.
That,
So.
Dude.
that was weak sauce, man. That was easy.
That ain't nothing.
The hardest thing was balancing that thing because I'm bench pressing a box.
I still think it was an empty box.
No, it was literally in there. It literally was in there. But I'm like, because I practiced it at first and it was like real wobbly. I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope I don't drop this on the camera. But that'll be good.
Good
That'll probably be a viral video.
Should have taken like a 2x4.
It was only, I'm thinking about it, it's 100 pounds. That's
It's just
easy.
awkward weight.
It was very. It was
Yeah.
like, I mean, because you're palming it flat,
Dude.
So,
Talking about James, so I've been where James is when he has to lift those big tower speakers up onto that
Yeah.
stand.
Yeah.
And you talking about being a nervous wreck. I fell off the ladder one time lifting some Rebel speakers.
He dropped the Paradigm 100Fs. He
Oh,
damaged
man.
it in the corner.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough, dude. I mean, you think like 100 or 80 pounds isn't like really super heavy, but when it's stretched out over this far and you're trying to carry
With
it up a
lacquer
ladder.
sides and it's slipping on your hands.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's
So
crazy.
Here's a question, Miguel. What sources have they been using at the show for movie, concert demos, material, Kaleidoscape? What do you think of Kaleidoscape versus streaming for the best video quality at home? Bar none, streaming is not where it needs to be yet. Not for true enthusiasts. It's definitely great for casuals, airplanes, or if you just aren't like, sometimes I'll watch movies at night when Jessica's asleep.
Like on your TV or something,
You know,
not your home theater.
Yeah, so it's like, but I'll watch it in the theater room, but I have to turn off my subs. I'm not really worried about like super great, amazing anything. It's just, I just need some downtime because maybe I've been editing all day or whatever. So there's a time and place for that. There's convenience there, but with convenience comes a lot of sacrifice in both audio and video quality. So here at the show, they have Kaleidoscape in pretty much most of the rooms. So that has been
That's the
beautiful.
benchmark,
Yeah, it's literally, like Gene said, it's the benchmark. I mean, it really can't get much better than that. Of course, physical disc is phenomenal, but streaming just isn't there yet.
That's why people are obsessing with 8K, but let's get good 4K. Let's get 4K equivalent to optical
I'll toss.
in audio and video.
If you want some info on Kaleidoscape, I have one. I've been using it I've been a customer of theirs for a few years now.
Yeah.
So I've got a whole playlist on my channel, a really like deep dive, full Kaleidoscape coverage. So
Cool.
And what's your channel again? Tell them.
Tech Enthusiasm.
Tech Enthusiast, I'll put it up here in a
You guys
second.
talked about
Sure.
video streaming.
I'll put it up
What are
there.
your guys'
It works
thoughts on the
too.
Rose, the different Rose devices
I
that
didn't-
we hear for audio?
I'm super
I-
intrigued by that device.
Yeah, I don't know much
honestly.
about that.
Mhm.
So what is it? I mean,
It's a streaming device.
right?
It's
Yeah.
got a beautiful digital display.
I've
of all
seen
the
14
hardware,
inch wide.
Yeah, they look really neat.
It's like
high resolution audio.
$5,000
Mhm.
for the preamp version.
You know,
Some
I just-
super high decks.
That's
high
like-
end
I just don't
decks,
get into
whatever
decks
else
and all
is
that
in
stuff.
there.
That's like
I feel like that's
Audioholics money right there.
Yeah,
man.
it is.
The new integrated that they were showing, I think they were saying it's going to be like 3,700. But from an interface perspective and
pretty
integrating like Kobas and Tidal and
So
Room
why
and
wouldn't you
all
just
this
use
stuff
Room?
together,
Why wouldn't you just use Room?
I don't know.
You can with it.
you can with it. Yeah.
Why would you need both?
I don't know. That's a
I
question
thought
I've not
Room
been
does
able to ask
everything
them
you could
yet.
ever dream of doing, and it's virtually free. Like it's really cheap to do Room.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do know that the units themselves, I mean, obviously it's more of a showcase piece. But one of the cool things, I think in the room that had those speakers from Switzerland, $350,000 speakers,
PA.
they had the Rose back there, but they had another unit with physical buttons or
I
whatnot.
think that's
one of
their
the amplifiers.
just their amplifier.
But the Rose actually match that, and you can actually change the screen
Oh yeah.
to have the look of that, and the buttons actually
It's a
function.
black
They
kid. What's
click
wrong
and
with it?
everything on this touch screen,
Oh, okay.
just like the actual unit. So
Getting,
there's something.
See, I guess I'm just
Dude,
basic.
I'm
I use an
sorry.
Apple
Man, I'm
TV
trying to
and I
interact.
use Apple Music.
Just go all
and
the way
I
to the
see the
bottom.
whole thing on my big 150-inch screen. I see the lyrics and it sounds great.
Yeah, that's what I used to.
I guess I'm not as sophisticated as some of these guys.
I mean, and I would think that it would probably be it's going to be more for someone who is going to be strictly
Two-channel, yeah.
two-channel.
right.
Which
Who
don't
wants
have
to
this,
have a
right.
nice showcase
I-
piece with high quality audio.
I'm still
But
using the
so
Apple
interesting.
TV.
That's
And
what
Apple
I'm
Music.
saying. Apple Music is amazing.
That's what I use, man.
Spatial audio, especially. You haven't even heard.
I had spatial audio on by accident one time. I was laying in bed. I was watching like the end of a Netflix movie that I didn't want to stay up, and I had my headphones on, so I wouldn't wake my wife up. And I like leaned over to like get some water or something, and I was like,
moved. Yeah.
everything like the center stayed here, and I was like,
Yeah,
what?
that
And I
happens.
spent like I was like, what the heck? And then I
Is that
remember,
because of that you ate a mushroom?
well,
Hey,
it could have been.
hey.
The thing about the Rose to me is like in my day job, I'm a software developer,
Mhm.
right? And so just the presentation of that, I like UIs and I like things that look cool and look intuitive.
Yeah.
And that just catches me like as an engineer and whatnot, despite it might not be the most practical way to go
Yeah.
listening to music and
Like I
stuff,
said,
but it
a
catches.
showpiece, but
Yeah.
I mean, it does have a nice function for what it does. But I just was
What
curious
kind of
what you guys thought.
In outs does it have? Like, I mean, like
Pretty full
XLR
gamut.
outputs,
There's
those
XLR
kind of
outputs,
things?
RC outputs,
What's
HDMI
about that?
inputs, optical inputs. So
Okay.
Yeah, it can send a video stream out
150
to-
is tremendous.
from it on
Say it
one of the units. So
Interesting.
yeah,
That's
they
what
were
we're
running a.
Oh, yeah.
I just feel like I'm so far behind when people are talking about like DACs and stuff like that. I'm like, I got an AVR.
You got an 8-track.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And I have to wind it back myself with a
Yeah.
huge pencil.
Yeah, I could see you doing that.
Yeah.
So here's another super chat from Gotham. Appreciate that. $2 super chat. So this is regarding basically videos. So I'm not the guy to answer this. 444 versus 422 versus 420 color sampling. Anybody an expert on
I have
that?
no idea what he's even asking. This is like a Chana question.
It
Like,
definitely
well,
is.
In terms of what you want to set your device output for,
Yeah.
I would generally opt for the highest setting, right? So your content's going to be encoded off of a Blu-ray or Kaleidoscape, whatever, at 420, but it needs to be converted up or kind of decompressed in a way to be shown on a display.
Hey, we got
So-
our first band tonight.
I always just,
Right.
I always opt for the higher setting on all my sources,
Yeah.
depending on your HDMI
Your
bandwidth.
lights died.
So that is not my area of expertise for sure, but I appreciate the super chat. All right, let's keep going. All right, guys. Well, we're about hour and 15 minutes. We got 263. If you're just joining, thank you so much, man. We've just been hanging out. We're trying to prevent Cody from having to shoot and edit because he's got to leave here in like what, 5 hours, 6 hours?
Yeah.
So you'll get a little bit of sleep. We got only 2 more hours to go on this live stream, and we'll call it a night.
Log me out.
So I think we'll probably wrap it up here. I'm just taking a look at the last few thoughts here. I know there's a lot. Actually, there's another
Oh, I
super
like this
chat.
one.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
Get that one.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Another super chat here. $10 super chat from Insurrection Industries. Appreciate that, man. Love and support. You guys are incredible. Literally. I mean, we make content for you. We love what we do. I think it's obvious we're here because we're passionate about this. We love different aspects of it. Some of us love measurement. Some of us love 2 channels. Some of us are more passionate about home theater, video or audio. There's definitely different levels there, but we make content hopefully to inspire you guys, whether it's to improve your own 2-channel setup, your home theater setup, provide education, provide experience. I mean, it's great when we're able to get a speaker or a product in for review because we realize sometimes you don't have that luxury. And so we're able to get it. And we do our very best to provide enough information that you can make pretty much a good educated guess on will that be a good product for your needs. I don't like to recommend, like I know you guys get it. What speaker should I buy?
Bose.
I don't know. Well, that probably wouldn't be on my top list, Gene. But it's very hard for me to tell. I had a gentleman today. He came over. He said, "Michael, love your channel. Got a question. This speaker or this speaker?" I can't tell you what you like. And what I told him, I said, great thing is both of those brands are here at Audio Advice Live. Go into both of their rooms. See how both of their speakers sound and see if your ears are kind of drawn to one or the other. They're both great speakers because I've reviewed both of those brands, but I can't tell you what your ears are going to like. I like a more forward sounding speaker, a more lively speaker. I was sitting next to somebody on this panel that didn't like those speakers at all. And that's okay, Aaron.
I was thinking, pretty sure he's talking about me right now because my ears were killing me, man.
Yeah, it's very
We were
bright.
6 feet away from him.
Yeah, and it is.
Like
We were probably
Jubilee,
like 8 feet in front of the.
We were like right there.
We were right in front of the Jubilees.
Oh,
That's
look, just don't buy a speaker off of White Van.
yeah, for
that-
sure.
You're
For
safe
sure,
if you
man.
do that.
Yeah, but to Youthman's point, which is just simply, honestly, and I mean, I think Aaron and Gene and Jeremy can say the same thing, which is just simply, it's subjective,
Mhm.
and it kind of depends on what you like. Some people like a bright speaker, some people
Yeah.
like a warmer sounding speaker, some people want a neutral speaker, and there's so many shades in between. So,
Yeah.
But the data can help you figure that out.
Sure, and that's
There you
great
go.
if you can understand what
If you're
the
a
person's
microphone.
talking about.
If you're
If you're a microphone, it'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah,
everything you
exactly.
need.
So as we wrap this up, I know some of you said, "Hey, can you provide a link to all of these?" It's super simple, guys. Here's a list of all of our channels: Youthman, Audioholics, Aaron's Audio Corner, Home Theater Hobbyist, Tech Enthusiasm. Just search it. That'd be the easy. I mean, it's easier to do that. Yeah, than for me to go and grab all those and figure out how to put those in there. But it's super simple. But we hope you have enjoyed this time. We're enjoying our 3 days, 2 days, however long you guys have been here.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's been a blast.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we're going to call this a wrap. If you guys are in the Raleigh area, especially next year, this is going to be an annual event. I know Audio Advice Live would love to have you out. We would love to come out. I know I'd love to do this again next year.
I hope to. For sure.
This is definitely one of those fun things. And
just come out, meet people face to face. Don't be stuck behind a computer, because other people care about this, and and we're fun. Most of us are. This guy, not so much, but most of us are.
Yeah, I've been talking to people all day. I mean, like more. I haven't even made really any content.
It's hard. Yeah, it is.
It's like, because I just, it's kind of interesting from a content creator. It's like, do I try to capture all this and share it with you guys, or do I just be present?
Enjoy it, man.
Be present with the people that are here. Take in the seminars and the sessions and be a part of that, and get to the demo rooms myself, and then interact with you guys one-on-one. And
you know what
I've
we should
just
do
kind of
next
chosen
year?
to do that.
You know what we should do next year? I'm going to come a day early, like you did.
Yeah.
We should live stream every night while we're here.
That'd be
Just
fun.
like
Seriously. Yeah.
Like a wrap up or something.
Yeah. That'd be totally cool. That'd be actually definitely very cool.
Because you know it's going to be bigger next year. There's going to be more demo rooms.
100%. Yeah. So super cool, man. Well, Cody, thanks so much for hosting on your computer and your fast
pirate your stream
internet. I'm glad we have a StreamYard account that we can stream to all of our accounts at the same time. Gene, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Cody, appreciate you. Jeremy, Aaron, myself, we love you guys. Appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you.
Follow all these guys' channel, show them some love, and definitely head over to Audio Advice. I was about to say Audio Advice Live, but head over to Audio Advice, subscribe to their channel, share with them how much you appreciate them as well. And they've got, I'm going to be sharing a video, what they shared with us. They announced a new room builder basically on their website. And so I'll be sharing that later on my channel, but it's already live on their channel. So if you can go to, or on their website, audioadvice.com.
I kind of want to take the room builder when I get home and plug my room into it, but I'm scared it's going to tell me I screwed some stuff up.
Exactly. But it's super cool. They have had some really, really cool features on that. So definitely check that out. But anyway, Cody, you want to wrap us up?
I think you did.
Oh, good.
Well, I was going to mention one thing, and I think I've already forgotten what it was now, so it's not really that
important. Hits,
bright light.
You guys like another tool. Just
we can't say anything about that.
Audio Advice has more coming too.
Yeah. There's definitely future stuff that I got privy to, which is really, really cool, but I can't share that for a while. It'll probably be another month, but their website does have some new features in that builder. So definitely take advantage of that. Draw up your room. And if you need somebody to draw up a room plan for you and work with you one-on-one, they're the place, a great resource that can do that and provide you with some guidance. And they have access to all these great brands that we love. And so definitely show them some love, support them. So
yeah. And the other thing, and I just want to say this because we did the tour a few months ago. If you buy something from them and you have an issue, you can contact them.
Yeah.
They even have a tech bench. So if it's really broken, you can ship it to them and they will fix it.
Or ship it to me. I'll take it.
Gino just fried the amp.
Yeah.
So.
I was going to say, I remember now, so the panels that we were on, I'm assuming that those will probably want to be put up on the Audio Advice.
Not necessarily. I talked to them today. So they do have all of them. They're trying to figure out from marketing, do we do this? Do we show teases to let you guys say, hey, you should have been here kind of thing? So we don't know. They may not post those in full in their entirety.
That's fair.
I'll have some snippets. I think Derek, you filmed a little bit, and I filmed a little bit from Aaron's. So you'll see a little bit of that, but definitely
then you may or may not get to see it.
Yeah. So again,
gotta be here next year.
Another reason, mark your calendars.
Redacted.
Yeah, be here. So Cody, wrap it up, and we'll end the stream here.
Thanks everybody. Gene, you here?
Yeah, nice meeting you. Awesome guys. We're going to be doing this again next year, so make sure you come out.
Yeah. Anybody else?
No, thanks so much.
Yeah. Good times. Nice to meet everybody in person, and hope y'all come out next year.
All right.
Long and prosper.